What's up, y'all? So, Gavin Newsom is expanding CHP crime suppression, these teams across California. The cities include Los Angeles, San Diego, the Bay Area, the IE, Central Valley, and Sacramento. These teams will support local police with extra manpower, intelligence, and coordination. So the targeted things are retail theft and organized shoplifting, auto theft, drug trafficking, and open air drug markets. Also, it targets repeat violent offenders. This builds on previous deployments in Oakland, Bakersfield, and San Bernardino, which led to 9,000 plus arrests, 5,800 stolen vehicles recovered, 400 plus illegal firearms seized. Newsom says this is a state-led collaborative effort, not a militarized operation, unlike Trump. That's what he said. The strategy aims to increase visibility and response without bypassing local authority. This is framed as a data-driven approach using crime analytics to place officers where they're needed most. So let's get into it. Governor Gavin Newsom is trying to make a presidential run. That's simply what all this is about. He's trying to be the next president of the United States. So in order for him to do so, he has a reputation of being a liberal or a leftist, and he's the reason why crime in California has just run rampant. You watch these videos, and you see all of these black people and these Latino people looting from the stores. He's letting the inmates run the asylum. So there needs to be something done because the crime wave that's happening in California is just out of control, and you have all of these illegals crossing over the border, yada yada yada, right? So here's my point. This is all a political strategy for him to go from extreme left to the center. That's what all of this is. Him to go from the left to the center. You've seen this happen before with Clinton. You've seen this happen before with Obama, where politically they're Democratic and they're left, but their actions are more towards the right because they're trying to get more people from the right to take them serious. You need votes from the right, just like you need votes from the left. So if you're overwhelmingly having people vote from the left, you probably won't win the president seat because you need people who are right-leaning to vote for you. You need some of those people to vote for you. Obama did it when I believe it was his second term, and I forgot what it was, but he was based on actions, he was very right. You know, he became more to the right in order to get that re-election. So with Clinton, we saw what happened with the crime bill, the '94 crime bill, which caused mass incarceration. So basically, what this is just a political. How do I say? Like, it's just a shift politically in order to garner more people to take him seriously. You know, that way, when he goes up and he runs for president, he can say, hey, no, I was actually tough on crime. I came up with these initiatives like the California whatever, and I got the CHP involved to go after all of this drug trafficking. And like I said in the Trump video, they already have the technology that's out there, and this is a technology that they've already deployed up in the Bay Area and all of these different, because Newsom is seen as weak on crime. So if you're seen as weak on crime, you have to, if you're seen as a person that's weak on crime, you have to create these laws to make it to show that you're pretty tough on crime. So that's what happened with the 94 crime bill. That's what's going to happen if Newsom wants to win the president of the United States, because majority of voters, specifically the right, those on the right, they want to see law and order. They want to be strict on the law and order. So this is posturing. Yeah, exactly. That was the word I was looking for. This is political posturing. As I said, the technology, AI, where they already predict crimes, that's the data that he's talking about. Data and analytics. Keep in mind, Governor Gavin Newsom, he's in bed with these tech companies. In the state of California, we have a thing called Waymo, which are these driverless cars, and he largely supports that company because it goes into the whole thing of the future and automation, despite some of the problems that it caused. I just saw a video where a Waymo was blocking an emergency fire truck. I don't know if that was real or whatever, but I saw a video where there was a Waymo truck actually, it was either blocking an emergency truck or an ambulance. So, yeah, but he's all about automation. He's 100% in the bed with these tech companies. In the industry I work in, trash, largely the Teamsters, we're against automation, right? Because automation means less jobs, right? And you need human judgment. In some of these situations where they're pushing automation, you need a human judgment to kind of, like, say that situation where there's an emergency vehicle trying to get to wherever they have to go. These type of things, if you had somebody with human judgment, they would be able to get the car out the way. So this is just posturing. That's pretty much all it is. It's him coming out with using AI, using technology to go hard on crime, to be strict on crime, to have more of a police presence in these neighborhoods. And it's no different from what Trump is doing, except for this is something that the state agrees to. It's not something that the state is saying, hey, we need help. Basically, Trump kind of overstepped his boundaries by coming to California and saying, hey, we need to send the National Guard over there. We need to send this and that over there. The state was like, no, we don't really need that over here. And politically, Trump was trying to make it seem like, yes, you guys do. You guys are just letting all of these illegals run rampant and run free. And something needs to be done. There needs to be law and order. And the right, they love that. So if Newsom can kind of come up with some tangible results, like they said that they had up in the Bay, that they had out in these different areas where they've already did a test run with this technology. Now he can use this technology to say, hey, I got the statistics to back it up. So it's kind of interesting. If you like this channel, like, comment, subscribe. It's your boy, Brian Discerning Thoughts, and I'm out. Peace.